Thank you for watching Edupedia World videos. In this session of MySQL, we'll be starting with joins, and before we start with joins, we'll be updating some of the tables, and we already know how to update those tables. So without further delay, we'll start updating those tables. So let us start. So we are here in our command line client. Let us see how many tables are there in Edupedia. So we have a couple of tables here. Let us start by renaming table, say FRIENDS to buddies. Now generally we do not recommend renaming the tables, but since we are learning MySQL, we'll just learn this small query also here, how to rename the table. But just follow with me and you'll understand what we are doing. Now before we understand joins and all, so let us see how many entries are there in buddies table. There are 4 entries, and before we start, let us insert some values into this table. So we'll start insert into buddies. I'm gonna pause this video now, paste some value or do some values and come back, and you can write those values at your end. And I hope that during the past videos that we have done, you are already understanding how to insert into any table and update. So let's build this table with few more entries. Now I have inserted few entries into this table, into buddies table, and let us see how our table looks. So we have 8 entries. Now let us see here what we have in movies table. We have 19 if we are not missing anything. So we have 19 entries. All right. Now I want to add another column into this table as favorite movie and give the movie ID into that column. Okay, so we'll add 5th column into this buddies table, and that column will contain the movie ID that will be the favorite movie for each of the person here. And from the previous session, you will understand, or you will remember rather, that this movie ID, when it will be linked here or related here, it will be a foreign key for this table. Okay, here movie ID is a primary key, but when you will link here, those movie IDs will be the foreign keys. Okay, so we know how to add. We have to write alter table buddies, add column, say fav movies or fav movie, and we want it to be integer and we want it null. Okay, there we go. Now if we select star from buddies, we have another column as favorite movies. Now we have another column, but how do we insert into this thing from the movie ID? That is also simple. Now suppose that Mike, Billy, and say Rick. So we have friend ID as 1, 3 and 7. 1, 3 and 7 have the favorite movie as say Titanic. Okay, so how do we do that? Let us first update, write the update query here. Buddies set fav movie is equal to 3. Okay, so we are setting the movie as 3, where friend ID, now we have to give 3 of the friend ID, first, third and 7 in. So here we are using the inner thing or the inner join, in 1 comma 3 comma 7. Okay, 3 rows affected when we will again use this query. There we go. We have updated the friend IDs with 1, 3 and 7, their favorite movies as 3, and which is Titanic. Alright, so let us also update the other left out entries. Update buddies set fav movie is equal to, let's say, 2, that is Saving Private Ryan, where movie ID is equal to, I'm gonna just use 1 and then again we'll use 2 or 3 entries. So here we'll just say use second 2, and okay, so I just did a small mistake here. I have to set the friend ID and not the movie ID as 2. There we go. So we have another query or the row affected. Now let us again see, just for our confirmation. So we have set the mat or the second end ID as favorite movie as 2. I'll just update all the other entries and come back. So now I have entered all the values. We'll just select from buddies, and we have each of the favorite movies that has been entered for each of the friend ID. Now in the next session, what we'll do, we will have another table as actors, which will be relevant to the movies table, actors that have acted in the movies. Okay, now what role they have played, and another table as roles. Okay, so in the next table we'll have foreign keys that will be more intense than this session, where we will have the combination of two foreign keys as a single ID or the unique primary key for another table. Alright, so that is it for this session. I hope that you have learned. You can learn from the previous sessions as well, just to brush up the skills within MySQL, and I'll see you in the next session.